A girl in a wheelchair reads a letter from her older brother, which is weird because she's supposed to be blind, but we don't technically know that yet. Then the scene shifts to a city on fire, full of monsters, and a showcase of our main cast and what they can do. This is Kekai Sensen, Blockade Battlefront. Our main character, Leonard Watch, is chasing a monkey through the crowded streets of what was once New York, while a background character does world building. 3 years prior, a portal to somewhere opened up in the heart of New York and flooded the city with entities from another dimension. The city was renamed to Hell Salem's Lot, which is in fact a reference to a 1975 novel by a deranged coke addict. In a way, you could consider it Lovecraftian, but less all-consuming, since humans are still able to have relatively normal lives amid the chaos. Sort of. Then the second main character, Zap Renfro, shows up. With a follow-up scene at a diner, Leo says he's an aspiring journalist, just had to pick a worthless career path, didn't he? And this is where the monkey chase starts. Zap mistakes Leo as the new recruit for Libra, which leads to a bit more world building and the introduction of the third main character, Klaus von Reinherz, along with Chain Sumeragi. And a news report that rolls into the introduction of an antagonist, kind of, Fempt, the king of depravity. He's like Sheogorath, but more deranged and violent. Now it's a game of find the demon portal while Klaus asks about Leo's eyes. Time for backstory. Leo and his family were just outside of HSL, when a random entity told them to choose who would bear witness. Leo got special eyes and his sister, who already couldn't walk, lost hers. Klaus offers Leo a job with Libra, while mech cops show up for some reason. Klaus goes full Chad while telling Zep and Leo to find the demon portal and stop Fempt's game. Which goes about like this.
The monkey's headed your way and the gate's about to open again, so watch out!
The animation quality really comes through during this scene, and I'll tell you why later. Leo wins the game, Fempt is big angry, Klaus knows all about Leo's eyes already. Episode 2 brings a small recap to the setting and a very brief introduction of two other side characters, an old man in bandages, Gilbert Altstein, and a scarred man named Steven Starfaze, who expands on why Leo's eyes are so special and how much danger he's really in. And even though Leo is now part of Libra, he still has a day job delivering pizzas, which seems to be constantly stolen by Zap. Leo ends up kidnapped by traffickers because there are entities that eat humans, which is illegal. Now Libra has to track down Leo and stop the criminals. Also, Klaus has one kick-ass car. There's also the introduction of another antagonist, sort of, who introduces herself as White. After Leo gets evicted and the intro of a new mini-plot, a drug called Angel's Scale, all while we watch Klaus get really invested into some kind of fictional and extremely complex game of chess called Prosfair, another new character named KK is introduced. She and Klaus head to a very high-stakes game of Prosfair, but watch as a Russian goes first and loses. Then it's Klaus' turn, and he proves he's the best character in the series. Following that, Libra is at a club when Leo speaks about someone with a crimson aura. This draws the attention of literally everyone in the place, so you can guess it's bad news. Now some lore drop on blood breeds, vampires. For clarity, neither Zap or Klaus are vamps, even though they use blood techniques. Klaus is a half-breed, and Zep is just a straight-up human. Klaus suggests calling in a specialist, and everyone hates that idea, but they're really dealing with something way out of their league. His name is Blitz Abrams, and people call him Lucky for reasons that will be axiomatic. This brings us to the Blood Breed's True Names plot, which is usually long and complicated, but it's the key to beating them. And Leo's eyes are the only things that can find those names. While Blitz takes a crew to the Void to try and have Leo gaze into it with his special eyes, a Blood Breed is on the attack elsewhere in the city, with KK and Steven responding, buying time until Klaus' crew can show up and seal the vampire with their true names.
Activate! Vos Rozo Vokta Volgidica. I hereby...
You know my name.
...seal you.
They have pretty ridiculous names. And it only gets more unhinged from there. Aligula, the queen of monomania. Klaus in a fight pit. Whatever bullshit Zap is usually getting up to, and periodic bloodbreed invasions. Fempt and Aligula causing chaos for entertainment, and only a few overarching plot threads like the black and white siblings, also Leo looking for a way to restore his sister's sight. Authored by Yasuhiro Naito. The same author as fucking Trigun, by the way. Kekkai Sensen started out as a one-shot in 2008 before getting a 33-chapter publication from January 2009 to February 2015, a 32-chapter sequel from July 2015 to April 2022, and a third part, which began publishing October 2022. Meanwhile, the anime would air 12 episodes in spring of 2015, and another 12 episodes in Season 2 in the fall of 2017, both crafted by Bones. The same studio to make Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, Mob Psycho, Gachiakuta, Soul Eater, and fucking My Hero Academia. That's why the animation is baller, because Bones is a studio with a reputation of consistent excellence. May they never become JC staff. It can't be understated how fortunate we are that Bones was the one to handle Kekkai, because the series bleeds style. It takes the urban sprawl of a major city, makes eldritch abominations a part of everyday life, normalized to the point that mass casualties are just a part of life, then squeeze it until the eyes pop at just the right time for maximum eye candy. It also doesn't shy away from the ridiculous for comedy and story. Take Bloodbreed names for example. You have to know the vamp's true name to seal them away properly, so they have names like an untrained AI spitting out passwords. The first one we witness being Valsh Rozo Valktovoel Girika. Struggled even saying just that one. But the names get wilder. Hurlel Lukondo Lozo Thiet Kauagi Mermhavat. Arda Makael Z Zerlahia or Salzmail Lolos. Ziolal Jundo Liung Gans Gigi Holo Uve, and Remiela Gordokilia Gulzargiel Zonas Reka, all being actual vamp names in the series. I mean, I thought Monogatari was absurd with its vamp naming conventions, but when I try saying these names, I'm worried my furniture might start levitating and I begin hearing Relayan coming from my toilet. There's also the borderline dysfunctional way Libra works to protect HSL. But it does work because Klaus is a Giga Chad and everyone listens to him because of it. And every character gets a moment to shine in combat, though Chain doesn't really get a lot of screen time in Season 1. The setting itself is actually super unique in the otaku market. Aside from taking the Dimensional Rift plot, the absolute surrealism of a city sitting on a portal to the inside of Azathoth's asshole, being terrorized by 13 kings of which only 6 are known, to us, the reader. Though the King of Despair, which is part of the anime plot, is an anime exclusive, so you can consider that only 5 kings are known from the manga. And also from the fact that it's set in a well-known American city. And the weirdest part about this entire series is the fact that it got stage plays. Like, what the actual fuck? Anime stage plays are so rare that most people don't even know they happen. Death Note and Ouran High School got musicals. Fruits Basket, Bleach, Demon Slayer, and JJK all got stage plays. Most of these events never left Japan, so it's normal to not even know about them, but it's weird that it even happened instead of the seemingly more obvious route of live-action movies. Death Note got several of those too. But Kekkai Sensen is nowhere near as successful as any of those series, and it got not 1, not 2, but 3 stage plays, with the first one showing in November of 2019, the second one December 2020, and the third one October and November of 2021. I didn't even know this happened until I was writing the script and review. But back to the anime. The only reason Leo even gets involved in any of the abnormality is because he was forcefully given the all-seeing eyes of the gods, which are actually a great asset to Libra. And I've already mentioned Klaus and Zap. Chain tends to pop in and out of nowhere, but it goes with her moniker Invisible Werewolf. She tends to act detached, but is a bit of both tsundere and sadistic, depending on whether or not she's interacting with Leo or Zap. Steven is usually laid back and aloof when it's not serious business time. KK is usually a very caring woman, especially towards her sons, but she just doesn't like Steven at all. Dog and Deldro are the Jekyll and Hyde trope, and Zed, who gets introduced late into Season 1, is serious and honest, and generally a likable guy. He's also a merman. And the story is largely just their daily lives on the edge of an abyss that's just waiting for them to trip and fall in while managing insane interdimensional monsters. One thing to be said about the anime is that as far as content goes, for both seasons, it only follows as far as chapter 30, so there's plenty more story after the show is over if you want more. That also means there's plenty more story for there to be more seasons if we ever get them. I am the NBT. This has been the Noble Weeaboo. Like or don't, sub or don't, and thank you for watching. Kekkai Sensen knows what it is, even if you don't. It's borderline fantasy with magic and combat. It's a nutty ride for the first watch through, and it's worth the time if only for how unique it is.